creating something new. Earth and all its potential wonder. Outlast, outlive Toyota trucks.
WHI News Time 6:55.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Now, some people will probably overindulge on this St. Patrick's Day. And while we certainly do not encourage that, the Hangover Guide is out with a list of St. Patty's Day hangover cures. Among those recommended, the Iraqi hangover cure, which involves boiling a goat's head to create soup. The Turkish hangover cure, which involves creating a broth from tripe, which is cow stomach. And then the Starsky and Hutch hangover cure, which calls for blending Pepto-Bismol, Aunt Jemima pancake mix, Tang breakfast drink, diet soda, and a raw egg. I think those hangover cures should be a deterrent enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if let's say, hey, folks, if this is what you're going to have to face if you overindulge, that should be your warning to not.
Yeah. That is disgusting. All of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes.
But you know what? If you're going to, and I know some of you people are, or maybe you've got kids or friends that are going to, drink a lot of water.
Yes.
And vitamin B12.
Okay.
Yeah, because that when you consume alcohol, you get dehydrated, and then you also metabolize vitamin B at a higher rate than normal. So hey,
check you out.
Yeah, well, I even a blind squirrel can find a acorn now and then. So, like your young girls, Jeremy, is St. Patrick's Day, is that a big thing for them to cut out the shamrocks and decorate and all that kind of stuff?
Not especially, unless there's something happening at school, which
that's what I meant. Like aware school things. Yeah.
My guess is they're doing something, but yeah, I'm not fully aware. Maybe I'll do something special when they get home. Bring cookies or something,
Yeah.
Well, I've got corned beef and cabbage that is. I prepped it yesterday. It's just a matter of I've just got to call my wife and tell her when to start the slow cooker.
Nice.
Because it's got to cook for 8.5 hours.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
but that sounds delicious.
Yeah. I like, it's one of those things, kind of like, corned beef and cabbage today is like a roast turkey dinner at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Why don't we eat it more often?
Yeah. No,
it's so good.
Yeah.
Why do you have to just do it one day out of the year?
Right.
Okay. Enough about that. Hey, listen, top story this morning was with the Dayton basketball team coming back from Washington, D.C., and it was a little iffy if we were going to be able to fly back due to the wicked storms that hit the east. That's our top story this morning at 6:58.
All the local news notifications you need.
For kids today, we have dozens of schools closing early due to the storm.
All the local emergency weather information you need.
Standing by for another update on this huge storm about ready to hit the Miami Valley.
All the local traffic red alerts you need.
I-75 is closed in both directions. You could be sitting here for over an hour.
Download the WHIO app, Dayton's #1 local news app. Download it today. Dayton's News and Talk is WHIO.
My family isn't exactly small. Jimmy, play nice.
He started it.
So finding the perfect mom-mobile to drive all these rascals to the beach wasn't easy.
Mom, I lost my retainer.
Thankfully, choosing NJM for auto insurance was easy. They tailored a policy to my specific needs. Oh, no. Susie, get that jellyfish off your sister's head.
Get the coverage that's right for you and top-rated customer service with NJM Insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Broadcasting live from the McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. This is WHIO Dayton and WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. All news, all the time.
Things that begin right tend to go right.
Beginnings matter.
We believe happy beginnings start with yes.
Every day.
In everything we do.
That's why we say yes to you.
Even if your furnace doesn't need CJS today,
join us in saying yes.
Yes to the possibilities of this new year.
Yes to keeping you safe, comfy, and happy.
We can help with that.
Happy is good.
It starts with yes.
We'll be here when you need us.
Yes.
He's Jim.
She's Val.
We're CJS Heating and Air.com.
Enterprise Roofing, repairing, restoring, and replacing Dayton roofs the right way for nearly 100 years. Find out how Enterprise Roofing has been protecting what matters most for Miami Valley homeowners and businesses at enterpriserfg.com and request a free estimate.
WHIO, Dayton Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Larry Hansgen. Welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on this Monday, March 17th. It is St. Patrick's Day. 33 degrees in Dayton, and here are the big three things you need to know. Going to be sunny and dry today, a high near 50. Centerville holding a public meeting tonight as the city considers banning marijuana sales. In our top story, severe storms claimed the lives of at least 36 people.
Over this past weekend, it was very active with severe weather and tornadoes.
Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando says from March 14th to March 16th, there was a lot of activity across the eastern part of the U.S.
In a window from Friday to Sunday, there were over 230 tornado warnings that were issued across the entire U.S.
Now, after a windy weekend here at home, Ryan says it will be nice, bright, sunny, and quiet today.
It is definitely chilly, though, this morning. Definitely feels like winter on this Monday morning. Right now, we have winds out of the northwest sustained anywhere from about 3 to 10 miles per hour. So that's definitely adding a wind chill. We have temperatures right near freezing right now. And when you factor in the winds, many of us are feeling like it's into the 20s.
Now, what can we expect to see later in the week? Stay tuned here. We'll bring you weather updates throughout the week right here on Dayton's Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
It's seasonably sunny today. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Miranda. I'm tracking the next big system and our temperature roller coaster in the Storm Center 7 forecast coming up.
All lanes are open and moving well on our highways this morning. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
We now know the teams playing in the first 4 games in Dayton this week.
Alabama State will be playing against St. Francis Tuesday night, and San Diego State will face North Carolina also on Tuesday night. American and Mount St. Mary's will face off on Wednesday in the battle of the 16 seeds. And Xavier will travel up I-75 from Cincinnati to take on the Texas Longhorns in the late game Wednesday night.
WHIO's Will Taylor. Fun fact, local graduate from Wayne High School, Juan Cranford Jr. plays for St. Francis.
Our news team working to get answers about Darke County's first homicide of 2025.
Darke County deputies showed up to a home on State Route 571 Thursday and found Juanita Maloon shot and killed. Investigators told us her husband, Josiah Maloon, shot and killed her. He then asked another man, Randy Ward, to come to the home. When Ward arrived, Maloon shot him. Ward then took off and called 911. Deputies said Maloon chased him and caused a crash a few miles from the home. Maloon died. Medics flew Ward to the hospital.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
Well, just north of the WHIO studios, a former Montgomery County Fairground staple is getting a renovation.
On Main has announced that the Roundhouse will be undergoing a stabilization and exterior renovation project starting this week and says they are redeveloping the entire 38-acre site. The funding, according to On Main, is partially thanks to $900,000 from Dayton area Congressman Mike Turner through a federal appropriations bill.
That's WHIO's Benjamin Fredkiss. On Main says they expect the work to be done late summer.
And tonight, Centerville wants to hear from residents about marijuana businesses.
The city is holding a public hearing. City leaders are considering banning businesses from growing or selling both medical and recreational marijuana. A moratorium is set to expire in May. The meeting is at 7:30 inside council chambers.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa reporting.
In Dayton, the Kroger property on Wayne Avenue has been sold to a new owner.
According to records, the property was sold on February 27th. OCV Dayton LLC sold the property for $2.33 million. Wayne Avenue Investments LLC is the new owner of the property.
That's WHIO's Christine Bellino. Kroger Corporate Affairs Manager Jennifer Moore says Kroger will continue to lease that building.
A number of area schools are honored through Governor DeWine's Science of Reading Recognition Program.
Charles Huber Elementary in Huber Heights, Harold Schnell Elementary in West Carrollton, Milton Union Elementary, Monticello Elementary in Huber Heights, Northridge Elementary in Dayton, and Valley Forge Elementary in Huber Heights were all honored for their focus on literary achievement.
That is WHIO's Jason Michaels. A new group of schools will be honored each year.
Two astronauts who have been aboard the ISS for 9 months slated to return to Earth this week. Fox's Jonathan Seri reports from Cape Canaveral.
Tuesday night is looking really good as far as weather conditions at splashdown sites, and so that is now what they are targeting. 4 new crew members arrived at the International Space Station.
The Crew 10 mission was expected to launch on Thursday night, but was scrubbed due to issues with the SpaceX rocket. WHO News Time 7:05.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Of course, the first 4 of the NCAA tournament is this week in Dayton, and an opportunity for you to take advantage of it. It doesn't cost you anything. That's right. You got the free practices that are open to the public beginning tonight. Now, the doors will open at 4 at the UD Arena with St. Francis of Pennsylvania. The team that actually played the Flyers in the regular season opener, they're practicing from 5:05 to 5:45, followed by Alabama State. Then at 6:35, North Carolina will be practicing, and they practice till 7:15. And San Diego State has the 4 from 7:20 to 8. Again, admission is free, parking is free. Great way for you to experience a little March Madness at the cost of nothing. And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, a government shutdown avoided, but not everyone's happy about it. We've got that story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:06.
This is Dayton's #1 news talk station. The superstars of conservative talk: Sean Hannity, Brian Kilmeade, Eric Erickson. Your weekday triple play, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on.
Are you tired of dealing with the same health problems like headaches and back pain and still only utilizing a Band-Aid to cover up the symptoms? Then tune into Living the Full Life, where Dr. Juan explains how to get to the root cause of the problem and fix it. Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on WHIO Radio.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO Radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
Struggling with CPAP? Fortunately, there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more and view important safety information, visit inspiresleep.com.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Guys, I've got some really exciting news to tell you. The all-new 3rd generation Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier is here. It builds on the success of the prior model, the one I know and love that has thousands of 5-star reviews that I keep in my travel bag. This one's actually even smaller, and it uses 2 technologies to kill 99.9% of bacteria and viruses. It removes dusts and pet dander and pollen and smoke and more from the air and gets rid of any odor, and there's no filter to replace. The Thunderstorm will get rid of all the stinky smells guaranteed. Odor from litter box, trash cans, cigarette smoke, dirty diapers, stinky shoes, musty basements, even the I fried shrimp and don't want my wife to know about it smell. Any smell will disappear. You can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for the whole home, upstairs, downstairs, your basement, your travel bag, wherever you need them. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use discount code ERIC3, ERICK3, EdenPureDeals.com.
Together with the resources of News Center 7, you're on Dayton's #1 news team. Now, back to Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Dayton Flyers will be in the NIT as they travel to Florida on Wednesday to take on FAU, a game that tips off at 7 o'clock. The Bud Light pregame show right here beginning at 6. We have 33 degrees now at 7:09.
9 minutes after 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week in the state of Ohio. Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn says take time now to prepare a severe weather safe kit in your home.
Maybe you haven't touched your emergency kit in a while, so maybe check those supplies and make sure you're good to go. There's also a statewide tornado drill on Tuesday morning.
In addition, Nick suggests you find your home's tornado safe spot. Perhaps consider the purchase of a NOAA weather radio.
Now, part of an abandoned downtown Dayton building partially collapsed Saturday afternoon. Mike McKiernan lives nearby.
I heard a big boom while I was in the kitchen. I ran outside and I saw smoke coming from the lower portion of the Stratacash building. It looked like fire at first, but then the wind came, blew it away, dust cleared, and I wasn't sure what happened.
Yeah, no one was hurt, but Dayton fires say some windows of the adjacent Stratacash tower were broken.
In a shocking development, North Macedonia's leaders are vowing to hold those responsible to account after a nightclub fire in a town left 59 people dead and 155 hurt.
The inferno sparked by stage pyrotechnics during a live concert swept through the overcrowded venue, exposing safety violations and alleged corruption. Authorities have detained 15 people and ordered a nationwide review of entertainment venue licenses. People as young as 16 were among the dead, and the toll may still rise.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Well, it's that time of year again. The Southeastern Conference dominated the men's brackets for this week's NCAA basketball tournament.
Of the 16 SEC teams, 14 made it to the big dance. Only LSU and South Carolina were left out. 2 SEC squads picked up number 1 seeds, Auburn in the South region and Florida in the West. The Gators are back in the tourney for the first time in 11 years. The last SEC squad to win the national title was Kentucky in 2012.
That is Fox's Bob Mortali reporting. WHIO News Time, 7:11.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day extended forecast sponsored by Enterprise Roofing. Enterprise Roofing has been repairing and replacing Dayton roofs for nearly 100 years. For a free assessment, visit enterpriserfg.com. And here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
It is seasonably sunny on this St. Patrick's Day with a high right near 50 degrees, which is where we should be. But that means most of today is in the 40s. That sunshine, though, really makes a big difference. For your Tuesday, highs are back up near 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the south. Now, winds really pick up on Wednesday. Could be gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. That makes highs in the 70s Wednesday afternoon. Rain arriving late in the evening Wednesday, overnight, and lingering around into your Thursday morning as highs crash into the mid-40s on Thursday afternoon, back into the mid-50s on Friday with a nice sunny end to the week.
Our live Doppler 7 radar, clear, 32 in Springfield, 32 in Fairborn, and 33 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
Now here's a live update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
Larry, all morning long, we haven't had any interstate issues, and that's still the case right now if anybody's heading out. And 75 south, just one area. I'm looking at some drive times here. Normal from Needmore Road through the construction area to US 35. It's 5 miles into Dayton, and the drive is about 6 minutes. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Following former Flyers in the NBA, Tamani Kamara had 21 points and 7 rebounds in Portland's win over Toronto. And coming off a rough week with reactions to tariffs, what to expect when trading begins today on Wall Street? That story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:13.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News. WHIO.
Tune in to WHIO Radio for all your live UD Flyer basketball, sponsored in part by Premier Health. Premier Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider for UD Athletics. Learn more at premierhealth.com/UD.
The WHIO call letter still means something in the Miami Valley. The original news legends, Lou M., Don Wayne, Jim Baldridge, Gil Whitney. We are standing on the giants of Dayton radio, and we take their legacy seriously. Nothing is as good as the best local news possible. Serving you in your hometown. It's important to us. WHIO was and is the #1 news station in the region. You're listening to the legendary WHIO. Depend on it.
You're invited to join the Greater Dayton RTA in thanking RTA's dedicated drivers for proudly serving Montgomery County. RTA drivers are essential to keeping our community moving by connecting people to jobs, education, healthcare, and more. This Transit Driver Appreciation Day, March 18th, be sure to wave, smile, or say thank you to your bus driver. And from all of us here at the RTA, thank you, drivers, for safely moving our community. We are RTA, proudly serving Montgomery County.
Every Saturday, 11 to noon, Take Two Healthcare brings the latest on wellness and alternative therapies. I'm Dr. Merkel. You might learn that maybe your health problems really do have safe, natural solutions. And Ask the Expert show on WHIO.
Grab your lucky spot on the couch, because traditions make Sunday easy to enjoy. Bud Light, easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024. Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
There's a new optimism in the air. We think investors like you might have the best year ever. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. Last year, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Everyday folks from all walks of life have enjoyed 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of small businesses right here at home. If you're a qualified investor and have a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest rates. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. We believe this is going to be a special year and a great year. We've got the projects. Now we need partners like you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Breaking news all morning. The Storm Center 7 forecast to start your day and triple team traffic. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning. It's 7:16. I'm Larry Hansgen. 33 degrees in Dayton. And here are the big three things you need to know. Going to be sunny, dry today, high near 50. Today, the day that state workers in Ohio must return to the office full time. And our top story, severe weather ripped through the nation.
At least 36 people killed across the eastern part of the U.S. as a result of severe storms. Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
From March 14th to March 16th, in a window from Friday to Sunday, there were over 230 tornado warnings that were issued across the entire U.S.
Yeah, so what can we expect to see here in the Miami Valley this week? Well, Ryan is back with your full 5-day weather forecast in just minutes.
Our news team working to learn who died in a fire in Clark County. It happened Friday on Milton Carlisle Road.
You can see smoke and flames covering this home. Investigators told us one person died and 2 firefighters got hurt. They will be okay. State Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire.
That's News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
At least one person is dead after a reported shooting in Dayton late Sunday night. The Montgomery County Coroner's Office has now confirmed that investigators were called to the scene on City View Terrace. You can stay with us for updates on this developing story.
Well, another story that we're following today, President Trump says he'll speak to Russian President Putin tomorrow.
President Trump said his team was making good progress toward ending the war in Ukraine, which began when Russia invaded 3 years ago. The U.S. leader suggested there could be an announcement of some kind tomorrow, and he said there's talk of dividing up certain assets to reach an agreement.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
Now, Pope Francis making progress towards recovery in his latest health scare, as Fox's John Scott brings us the reports.
The Vatican releasing a photo of Pope Francis for the first time in more than a month as he spends his 5th Sunday in a Rome hospital fighting a lung infection. The photo shows the 88-year-old pontiff co-celebrating Mass in the hospital chapel. He's been in the hospital since Valentine's Day. The Vatican says his condition is now stable.
And the Vatican added that the pontiff still needs hospital medical therapy, motor, and respiratory therapy.
Well, snow did not keep residents of the south side of Chicago from having their annual St. Patrick's Day parade Sunday.
For the 47th time, people young and old, Irish in heritage and in spirit, came out to celebrate the Southside Irish Parade. But while while Saturday's highs in the city hit the upper 60s, it was a much different story on Sunday.
That's Fox's Scott Schneider. WHI News Time 719.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Make your plans for the new week with our 5-day forecast now. From Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
It is seasonally sunny on the St. Patrick's Day with a high right near 50 degrees, which is where we should be. But that means most of today is in the 40s. That sunshine, though, really makes a big difference. For Tuesday, highs are back up near 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the south. Now, winds really pick up on Wednesday. Could be gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. That makes highs in the 70s Wednesday afternoon. Rain arriving late in the evening Wednesday, overnight, and lingering around into your Thursday morning as highs crash into the mid-40s on Thursday afternoon, back into the mid-50s on Friday with a nice sunny end to the week.
Our live Doppler 7 radar clear, 32 in Springfield, 33 in Riverside, and 33 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
An update from our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
Larry, interstate's still flowing well without any accidents, any weather problems this morning. And if anybody's on I-70 right now, just looking at 70 west through Huber Heights, we are still making the 10-mile drive from 675 to the 70 and 75 interchange in 9 minutes. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Well, still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, growing concerns over kidney health. That's the subject of our in-depth impact story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 7:21.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to Dayton at the Victoria Theater Saturday, June 21st. Buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org. Part of the WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News State.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. March 17th, 432, St. Patrick, around 16 years old at the time, is captured by Irish pirates from his home in Great Britain and taken as a slave to dies. March 19th, 2003, airstrikes by an American and British-led coalition signal the beginning of the Iraq War.
On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war.
And March 21st, 1975, country music superstars George Jones and Tammy Wynette divorce after 6 years of marriage. For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto.
Looking for the best deals on a new Hyundai? You'll find them at Joseph Airport Hyundai. We're fully stocked with the latest Santa Fe's, Tucsons, and Palisade SUVs. Perfect for your next adventure. Need an affordable, fuel-efficient sedan? Check out the stylish Elantra and Sonata. At Joseph Airport Hyundai, we make car buying easy with low prices, a huge selection, and a hassle-free experience. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and owner's assurance at no charge to you. Great cars, great service, great savings. Find your perfect Hyundai today at josephairporthyundai.com.
The area's only all-news and talk radio station. That means we're talking about what you're talking about. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Good morning, I'm Larry Hansgen.
It's been St. Patrick's Day for hours, and I'm still not drunk yet.
St. Patrick's Day, the fourth most popular drinking day of the year behind New Year's Eve, Christmas, and July 4th. 33 degrees at 7:23.
23 minutes past 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, spring arrives this week, and with it, the chance of severe weather along with possible tornadoes. But you can prepare now for the severe weather to come.
It's a good idea to practice your severe weather action plans. Make sure you have a kit ready to go. Maybe you haven't touched your emergency kit in a while, so maybe check those supplies.
Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn suggests you find your tornado safe spot and consider buying a NOAA weather radio.
Now, here is the WHIO Impact Story, which means we take you in-depth on a major story every hour.
The National Institutes of Health says fixing your kidney problems is a life or death issue.
Now, Fox's Lisa Brady takes us in-depth on this story.
March is National Kidney Month, a time to raise awareness about kidney disease. The National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases says this year's focus is on taking charge of your health and the factors that go into managing kidney disease. The agency suggests several lifestyle habits, including meeting regularly with your healthcare team, managing blood pressure and blood glucose levels, taking medicine as prescribed, also a healthy weight or start a weight loss plan, reduce stress and increase physical activity, make time for sleep, and lastly, quit smoking.
And for future news that impacts you and your health, stay tuned to your hometown station here, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
2 astronauts who've been aboard the ISS for 9 months are slated to return to Earth this week. Fox's Jonathan Seri reports from Cape Canaveral.
Tuesday night is looking really good as far as weather conditions at splashdown sites, and so that is now what they are targeting. 4 new crew members arrived at the International Space Station.
The Crew 10 mission was expected to launch Thursday night, but was scrubbed due to issues with the SpaceX rocket.
The U.S. and Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen are both vowing escalation. This after the U.S. launched airstrikes to deter the rebels from attacking military and commercial vessels in one of the world's busiest shipping corridors.
The Houthi-run health ministry says the U.S. strikes killed at least 53 people. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the strikes will continue until the Houthis are no longer capable of controlling which ships go through. And President Trump has vowed to use overwhelming lethal force and warned that Iran would be held fully accountable for the rebels' actions.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
A painful weekend for movie studios at the box office as the film Novocaine earns the top spot on the lowest grossing weekend of the year.
Jack Quaid's action comedy Novocaine topped a painfully slow weekend at the box office with $8.7 million.
So, what's your deal?
My deal? I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain.
It's Fox's Kathleen Maloney. WHIO News Time 726.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. It's a Monday, also St. Patrick's Day, so something tells me it's going to have a little bit of a weekend feel to it. Speaking of which, let's find out what's happening this upcoming weekend.
The WHIO Weekend Preview with what's happening around the Miami Valley. Here's Chris Hartley.
Professional bull riders is going to be in town this weekend over at the Nutter Center. It's the PBR Velocity Tour. Friday show is going to start at 8 o'clock. Saturday show is going to start at 7. Jersey Boys is happening. That's over at La Comedia Dinner Theater. This is the last weekend for that show. It does include a buffet dinner. It's going to run through March 23rd. Tickets available, lacomedia.com. The Shamrock Tenors is going to be in town this weekend over at the Dayton Schuster Center. Ireland's new sensation group is going to perform this Saturday. Show's going to start at 7:30. Tickets available at DaytonLive.org. And the Fox Hollow Rodeo, that's going on Saturday night over in Waynesville with jackpot bull riding, pony rides, dancing, barrel racing, DJ food, and a whole lot of fun. That show's going to start at 6 p.m. Getting you out into the Miami Valley, I'm Chris Hartley, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
Skyline is now serving up Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways. For a limited time, you can order your Skyline favorites with a drizzle of Mike's Hot Honey Extra Hot. It's pure honey blended with chili peppers for the perfect combination of sweet and heat. Proof that some things are just better together. Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways are only at participating Skyline restaurants while supplies last. So come to Skyline today and get your Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin for Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating, celebrating 49 years serving Miami Valley businesses and homeowners. Using a modern fleet of equipment, their full-time employees are experts at all areas of asphalt projects, including excavation and grading, compaction, seal coating, and striping. Part of the curb appeal of your home is the driveway. The first impression of your business is the parking lot. Look to Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating for all your commercial and residential asphalt projects. Learn more online at vandaliablacktop.com.
Restore more with Ram Restoration, your trusted full-service solution for your home or business. Got water damage, fire damage, mold issues? Don't worry. We've got you covered with our 24/7 emergency response. Count on us to restore your property to tip-top shape. Visit RamRestorationUSA.com. Need a new roof or siding? Looking to add an addition? We also offer remodeling, roofing, construction, and plumbing services. Ram Restoration. Everything under one roof. Visit us today at RamRestorationUSA.com.
WHIO, Dayton, Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning, it's 7:30. I'm Larry Hanskin, and welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Monday, March 17th, 33 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big three things you need to know. Going to be sunny and dry today with a high near 50. An abandoned building in downtown Dayton partially collapses. And our top story, at least 36 people have died following a weekend of severe weather.
53 confirmed tornadoes. The surveys are ongoing to see how strong the storms were and the paths that they crossed, which in some cases were miles and miles.
That's Fox News' Janice Dean. She says it wasn't just the tornadoes that caused devastation. It was rainfall as well.
Yeah, she has a look at estimated precipitation totals.
3 to 5 inches of heavy rainfall. We saw flash flooding events and very large hail, as well as damaging straight line winds. So the system is now exiting offshore. That's the good news, but people are waking up to just devastation.
Now here at home, we're back to winter weather conditions with temperatures just in the 30s this morning. The wind chill making it feel more like the 20s.
Yeah, what can we expect, though, to see later in the week? Well, you can stay tuned right here. We're going to bring you weather updates throughout your week right here on Dayton's weather station, 1290 and 95.7. WHIO.
Luck of the Irish today. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando. I'm tracking the next best chance of rain in the Storm Center 7 forecast coming up.
Seeing a delay on 75 South near the exit to County Road 25A. This is between Piqua and Troy. There is a reported crash here. I'm Jake Magnato with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
I'm Larry Hanskin. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Well, people in our community are excited for the start of March Madness as Dayton will be hosting the first four this week. News Center 7's Malik Patterson reports from UD Arena.
UD staff told me that they've been working nonstop to get this place ready to host the first four, saying that they are so excited for this tournament to start already. And people that I spoke to in the community said it's an honor that they carry with pride.
The first four is scheduled to tip off at UD Arena at 6:40 p.m. tomorrow.
Now, we've learned that a fire ripped through a Kettering playground Friday night.
A play structure at the State Farm Park has been burned to the ground. A photo of the fire was posted online by EKRC Baseball and Softball, who regularly play in the park. Our news team has reached out to the city of Kettering for information on the damage and possible repairs.
And it's WHIO's Benjamin Fridkiss.
In Montgomery County, the ongoing construction project on I-75 will cause the extended closure of one access point to the interstate later this month.
Starting March 24th, the ramp from Needmore Road to southbound I-75 will be closed for 60 days, according to the Ohio Department of Transportation. A detour will take drivers to the on-ramp at Stanley Avenue. This project is part of the reconstruction of I-75 between Needmore Road and Leo Street.
That's WHIO's Christine Bellino. The start date and length of the closure are weather dependent.
Now, part of an abandoned building partially collapsed Saturday afternoon.
We found that the parapet wall on the top floor of 34 North Main, which is the building directly adjacent to Stratacash Tower, had a collapse of about 60 feet or so of the top floor parapet wall and some of the floor underneath that fell in between the buildings.
Now, Dayton Fire District Chief Nick Judge also told us some windows of the Stratacash Tower were broken, but no one was hurt.
A local dog trainer who stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from dog owners and mistreated some of the animals avoids a prison sentence.
Jason Jones was convicted on 181 counts, including theft and cruelty to animals. Jones is sentenced to probation and also ordered to pay over $341,000 restitution.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. 2 other people who worked at Dayton Dog Trainer LLC pleaded guilty and will be sentenced on March 21st.
A 15-year-old died, and now her killer is in jail waiting to learn his sentence.
In November of 2023, Tommy Moreland shot Heaven Washington while she was in a moving car at Turner Road and Philadelphia Drive in Harrison Township, but prosecutors said she was not Moreland's intended target. A jury found Moreland guilty of 2 counts of murder and other charges.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa reporting.
A pair of crosstown rivals from Los Angeles earned #1 seeds for the upcoming NCAA women's basketball tournament.
Big Ten champ UCLA is the overall #1 seed. The Bruins head into the tournament with a 30-2 mark. That includes a victory over USC in the Big Ten title contest. The Trojans also claimed a top seed. They'll take on UNC Greensboro. Defending national champ South Carolina went 30-3 with an SEC crown. The Gamecocks will open up the tournament against Tennessee Tech.
That's Fox's Bob Mortally. WHIO News Time 7:35.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry.
Is WHIO's consumer warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto.